All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 7 of Build a Store in 21 Days. All right, so I'm going to make sure to wait for you guys to log in to see a couple of people join in so that we make sure the technology side is taken care of. I'm going to wave so I catch everyone's attention on the news feed. I'm going to wave more, just make sure. I don't know if these tactics actually work, but you know what? There's so much going on in the news feed that sometimes we want to grab everyone's attention. All right, great. I see people joining in. Let me know in the comments, please, those who are joining in. You hear me well, you see my screen, you see me on the screen. I'm gonna share one thing there. Just let me know in the comments, please. How's everyone doing? Excellent, perfect. Ali, you know what? You're the biggest supporter I see. You're attending every single one of them. Hope you're benefiting from this. Ali again, Ali Kafaji too. So what's happening, guys? Good to see you both. Join in. Again, I launched the session earlier on just so that people can log in. Good evening, Felicitas. Good to see you as well. Excellent. How's everyone doing? You guys are looking forward for the weekend, I hope, because I know I am. It's been a very, very busy week during the day. I'm working during the day, and at night I'm doing these live videos. So it's a very nice challenge, but I'm loving it because time is going by so fast, and I feel like I'm being very, very productive. So I don't know. I hope the same with you guys. Other than constantly eating, because the kitchen is right in front of me, I can easily go back and forth. My wife is cooking delicious food at the same time. So before we get started, I want to share a couple of interesting things with you guys. So I'm going to share my screen. Very proud of certain things, and I want to share it with you guys. So first of all, if you guys are joining in, would love to have you tag me on Instagram if you're doing Instagram stories, watching me live, or every single day. I don't mind. I'm sharing videos of stories of people actually tagging me. I just want to raise awareness of this challenge to anyone who wants to benefit. And the more people do so, the higher likelihood that people will join. I'm leaving this post here right in front so that whoever wants to join in, they can click on my link and join the challenge. So if you guys want, just add me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram, very active on Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. Don't be shy. Add me. I might not add everyone because I want to make sure I don't lose control over my feed. Nonetheless, I would love to be tagged on your stories, your posts, you name it. That's one. Number two, here's this thing I want to share with you guys. So one of the largest groups on in e-commerce on meetup.com, MTL eCommerce, which is a local meetup group here in Montreal. There's over 1,500. I think they reached over 2,000 people. What I love the fact is they picked up the Academy as part of the COVID support. So all the brands and companies and agencies supporting others during this time have been mentioned here. What I like about this is you see big companies like Shopify, Lightspeed, Heyday, Videotron, which is like a big Comcast, Verizon type of cable company here in Quebec, and many other agencies. And right over here, we have the Academy. So the Academy got picked up, and it's all about the challenge. We're teaching people how to build their store in 21 days. So very happy to be part of the COVID support initiatives and happy that they picked us up. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. So it's nice to be recognized for certain things within the e-commerce world. I love the e-commerce community so much. It's like a passion of mine. So whenever we raise awareness for such initiatives, I feel that it's a positive thing. Excellent. So perfect. Everybody's settled in. I see more and more people. Excellent. So let's get started with today. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the right stuff. Excellent. Perfect. All right, so today, the topic is going to be all about designing your store. Again, it's going to be a very straightforward session. Want to go over a couple of tips that I usually have to take into consideration. I want you to take into consideration when designing your store. Now, let me just point out something. We're not going to be designing it ourselves. We're going to look for a theme, a template that is available inside Shopify, and you're going to install it in your online store. So today, I'm just going to navigate a couple of themes just to highlight what to look for. And I'm going to recommend the one I enjoy, like I feel that will meet most of your needs and as a recommendation. But a couple of pointers when looking at themes, and this could be used for now as well as in the future. Couple of things. The first thing is always mobile first. Remember, most of your traffic is going to come in from a mobile device. When you're advertising on Facebook, when you're doing email marketing, when you're doing any type of advertising, most of the time people are going to be visiting your online store first from a mobile device, such as a smartphone or a tablet. Now, the desktop and laptops are obviously still important because most of the conversions, most of the sales will happen on a bigger screen type of device. Sometimes that's not the case. A lot of brands are constantly advertising on Instagram. That's your only channel. It's normal that sales will happen on a mobile device because that's where most of their traffic is coming from. So there's always exceptions to the rule. Nonetheless, anytime you browse any theme, my recommendation is to always start by looking at the theme from your phone. That's how you browse the theme. There's nothing wrong with, and I'm going to show you there's a nice trick inside Shopify that allows you to see how the theme will look like on a mobile device. That's the first tip. Second tip, if you're limited on budget, I highly recommend that you start with a free theme. If you've never done e-commerce before, start with a free theme. You have nothing to lose. You'll save around $180 US, $160 to $200 US. It's not big, but you know what? If you're new to e-commerce and you don't know exactly what it is that you're looking for, why not start with something that I'm going to recommend today? Use that for a couple of months, a year, 2 years, and eventually when you know what it is that you want and you know exactly what's missing with the current theme, you'll be better in a better position to choose a different one in the future, something that is more premium, something that you might pay for, let's say $180, but now you know by then what is it that you're looking for. So my recommendation, start with a free theme, and there's a lot of good ones. So back in the day was one thing, now a lot of them have been updated by Shopify and supported by Shopify. Point number 3, when you're looking at a theme, there are a couple of pages that you need to look for within those themes. So you see how the homepage looks like, how a category page, a page full of products, how does it look like, and a product page. How does the product page look like on a mobile phone, desktop, and so on. And the last thing you need to look at is really a content page, a blog post, for example. You want to look at all these different pages. You don't want to just look at a theme just from the homepage perspective. You need to make sure that everything matches your specific needs. I would add also in there, I would add search and let's say a content page, like for example, about us. These are the things I would look at. This way you get a sense of how this content would look like within the theme. Point number 4, look for a theme that satisfies 80%, 85%, whatever it might be, of your needs. There is no theme out there that's going to be 100% satisfactory to your needs. You will have to update things in the future. You might have to hire someone to do things, but that's okay. There is no theme out there unless, you know what, your needs are very simple, straightforward. There might be. Maybe I shouldn't generalize, but most of the time I would tell you, aim for a theme that has at least 80% of your requirements. You need reviews on products, then make sure the theme has it. You need to have big, beautiful images because you're selling apparel. Lifestyle images matter, then great. Make sure that the theme has that. These are the things I would tell you. So I would recommend that you even put out on just a sheet of paper, write down things that you want to have on a website. How do you get those ideas? Then get inspired from the competition. Go out there on Google and look for example, yoga Shopify store, and see whoever comes up. Or just look for yoga pants, for example, or whatever it is within your category. Look at the competition and what are some of the features they have on their homepage, the product page, and get ideas. Take screenshots, take pictures, whatever it might be, just so that you take note of everything that you see on those websites that you may want to have on your own in the future. And that's why I say when you're looking at themes, just look for 80% of your features, because if you're aiming for 100%, just give up right now. You're never going to find a theme that satisfies you fully. You will have to make some tweaks, but it's not urgent at this point, especially inside this challenge. Any questions about this? What we're going to do now next is I'm just going to show you the bunch of themes that are available inside Shopify. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go inside the units right here. And I'm going to go inside day 7. And on day 7, scroll all the way here, click on the toolbox. And I've updated it this today. So if you go inside the toolbox and you go right after slide 6, design themes, click on this link, and you're going to arrive to the themes inside on Shopify. Now, there's a couple of ways of going at it. You could obviously go inside your Shopify store, click on online store, and then click on themes. You'll have access to it here. Unfortunately, the experience is not the same. So you're not going to see the full store, the themes and everything else. It's just a very smaller version of the experience. So I wanted to go directly to the theme store so that I show you a couple of things. So what you do next is you can browse by categories, your collections by industries. If you want to sell jewelry, for example, that's what's available. But here's the part that you need to know. Whatever category you go in, I'm going to click on all themes and I'm going to click on free. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do right now. You know what? It's okay. It looks good. So you can toggle between free themes and paid ones. I'm going to do the free themes, but here, let me show you the paid ones a little bit so you have an idea. So you can see the prices, $180. That's like the average. And there are a lot of them, okay? And some of them are amazing. But I would tell you, start with the 8 free themes that you have in here. Now, when I look at a theme, I look at, again, the mobile first approach. I've looked at all of these. I'm not going to tell you today what's good, what's bad about each one. I do review each single theme in my course. But for the purpose of this challenge, the one I recommend is the one here called Debut, or Debut in French. I like this theme. I feel that it will satisfy a lot of industries. What I like about it is the ease of use. It's intuitive design. It's very easy for consumers to navigate. A lot of the elements are positioned where you expect them to be positioned inside an online store. So let me show you a couple of this. So there's 2 versions. So when you look at a theme, I just want to help you navigate as well. You'll be able to navigate 2 types of versions right here. And then you can view a demo. This is what we're going to do. You see the theme features right here, additional things here. And then you also see reviews. Let me cover that. And you're going to see also actual stores. I think they have that. Oh, they removed it. There was a feature that you can see more themes with similar features. They had a theme. They had also a list of websites that actually use this theme. They don't anymore, so that's gone. A couple of things you got to look at. This, if you look at this, 45% positive only, that's not good. A lot of the reviews sometimes are made by people who are just lazy. Some people might be doing things way too many customizations. Some themes are really good, yet people are putting negative reviews. You're not paying for it, so don't worry about it at this point. I can tell you for a fact that this theme I'm recommending is good. I've used it. Unfortunately, I mean, look at I don't know what's going on. So I don't rely a lot on the reviews. So let's go back to this. So here's what I usually do whenever I choose a theme. I click on the view demo. Notice how what's nice about this is you can change the styles right on top here, as well as the view. I'm looking at it from a desktop view or a mobile view. So I'm going to start with the desktop. Well, let me start with the mobile view. As you can see, as soon as you land on this page, the logo is very clear. The navigation is very clear right here in the corner. The menu, very simple, easy to use. Sub-menu items, again, nothing difficult. You want to go back here. You don't have to think twice about, what happens if I click this or that. Very easy. What I love about the design is also the fact that everything is visible above the fold. As soon as I land on the website, I know who you are. Again, we said the homepage communicates a value proposition of who you are, what you sell, and why should people follow you. And it funnels people down the journey, meaning I can click here and I start browsing. Immediately, I know the name of the store. I have a clear headline right here, a clear call to action, beautiful imagery that supports the message. Right here, I know exactly what the store is all about. And then I can scroll down. You have a lot of options, pictures with small little paragraphs. Again, very easy to follow call to actions. You can see how really simple and well structured theme that is. Look at how when the product grid shows up, I love the fact that images are there. It's not very, tight. The content is kind of breathing. There's a lot of white space around the product. I like how there's some subtle behaviors, like as soon as I mouse over, there's a light that there's a shadow that happens on the product. I love that products on sale are being identified with the sale badge and also a different color. That's great. That catches someone's attention. Content is well laid out. You have reviews for social proof. I mean, this increases credibility. You have beautiful imagery in the bottom. And again, a footer that is very, very easy to use, and also a way for you to capture email addresses so that you grow your email list, and a very simple footer here that also has multiple currencies. Sorry. So as you can see, the mobile experience is very simple. I click on a product. Let's click on this one here. I love the product page because immediately when you arrive there, the image is center. That's the first thing that catches your attention. And you have beautiful small little thumbnails that you can browse through. You also have, again, very clear title of a product, the pricing information, the different variations, color, size, strength, you name it. Add to cart, buy it now options, a very simple description, ways of sharing it, and also ways of navigating back and forth with the website. Again, very, very simple process. If I go inside a category, I click, let's say, you know what, let me click on all. As you can see, I can filter through all the different products. I can sort based on what I want. Again, look how beautiful everything is laid out on a mobile device. And this is the most important part. So when I look at a template, I look at it from a mobile first approach and eventually expand to desktop. I don't worry a lot about the checkout, mainly because what's interesting about Shopify is everyone has almost the same looking checkout. And Shopify does a really good job at optimizing the checkout, so you don't have to worry about it. It simply works. Also, what I like about this theme, as soon as I added something to the cart, I love this window that comes down that says, yep, this product has been added. You want to continue shopping or you want to view cart? Oh, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a demo store, that's why. And then I check out. So again, very interesting elements that show up, behave based on behaviors that users will take on your website. That improves conversions. People will love shopping on your website when it's easy to browse, okay? Then I go into the desktop version of it. As you can see, very simple layout, the typical e-commerce layout that you would expect with clear navigation right here, the logo on the right-hand side. With this theme, from what I remember, you can move things around. You can put the logo in the middle if you want. So it is very flexible. I also like the fact that the user menu is right here on the right-hand side. You have the cart, the search is right here. I love how the search opens up. It's very important, especially when you're dealing with e-commerce. And as soon as I'm searching for a bag, if you look at what happened, what did I do? Right here, let's say I'm searching, I'm putting bag. I like how everything shows up. Again, very simple stuff, but you get a lot out of the box as soon as you install this theme. Going back, beautiful imagery, clear call to actions, really well laid out blocks that you can install on the theme, categories if you want, featured products. Again, look at the beautiful imagery. It really supports your products. And in the bottom, you have also these additional images that you could use to help support your category of products that you plan on selling. Again, very simple footer. So this is how I look at a template. Again, you can browse the blog. Look how well this blog is structured. So if I click on a specific, and this is very important because you're limited on advertising. Let's say in the beginning, you want to have a nice blog within your online store. Look at how beautiful the images could be laid out, the content right here. Again, people can share it, simple layout, about page. Again, this is an important page, we're going to cover that later on in the week. You want to write about your story, the people behind the brand, the products, and so on. I mean, again, anyone would really want to read this because it's so easy to read. It's easy to consume. The colors are great. And the contact page is right here. People can fill this out to contact you, get in touch with you, whether it's through mail, email, phone number, you name it. So that's the template I recommend initially. And you could do this with every template. You don't need to go with my example. I'm going to use this to explain things. You can check out another theme right here. I love this one too, by the way. This one, what I like about it is there is the top header right here. You can have a nice message for free shipping. I like, if you want my advice, I would say start with this theme, this version of the theme. If you're selling hard goods, if you're selling, look at this, how you can put videos, different, you could do the same thing with both, but I forgot that this one is even better. The fact that it has a little bit more features that I feel could benefit you. But it still stays within this theme called Debut. And you have two options to choose from. So what happens if you want to install it? The way I would go about it is, because you already have an online store by now, you log into your store, you'll arrive on the dashboard right here. Right here. I have a lot of stores that I use for testing. If you guys have any questions, again, make sure you put them in the comments. I'm going to get to them as soon as I'm done. So as soon as you go in here, you click on online store, click on themes. And I think it's already installed, okay? But let's install an extra theme so that you guys have it. So let's say, for example, I want to choose something else. You click on, if you scroll a little bit further down under theme library, free themes, or Shopify theme store, whichever you want, I'm going to click on explore free themes. Let's say I'm going to install, I've installed, this one is the one we have. Let me see if I'm going to install the light version, okay? Then I'm going to add it to the theme library. You'll notice that the theme will show up right here. It might be a couple of seconds. Let me just refresh. Oh, it's adding it. Yeah, give it a couple of seconds. Just want to make sure. Perfect. It's here. What you could do is you can preview the theme before even publishing it on your online store. You can rename it. You can do all that stuff, edit the code, all that. So if, let's say, you have someone doing the work for you, you don't need to launch it. So what happens is, let's say in the future, you launch your store and a year later, you want to change the theme. What you could do is install it, customize it, and then when you're ready, you could launch it. So what you do is, let's say, for example, preview. And you can start playing around to see, oh, this is how it's going to look like if I have this theme. Now, what's nice about this is when you preview something, if you already have content in your online store, you're going to see some of the content already shown here. Right now, my store is empty. That's why you don't see anything. Okay. So when you're ready, let's say I'm ready right now because I want to publish it. I want to play around. So your website it can be disabled after publishing. Perfect. Publish. Because I want to use this theme. So now the theme is installed. You saw I'm not doing there's no code. All it is really just clicks. So now I'm installing, it's installed. Now I go inside the customization. We're not going to cover most of it right now. We're going to be doing the navigation. As we start adding content, I'm going to go inside the theme and customize it. But for today, I'm just showing you how to install one. And then inside the theme, as I'm here, now I can customize it. I can also view it on different devices. So I always recommend, again, going back to the mobile first approach, I click on the mobile here, and then I start changing things. So let's say I want to change the logo, show announcement. I want to change this announcement. I come in here, free shipping. You know what? I'm going to make it simple. So free USA shipping on orders 35 plus. Perfect. It's on one line. That's what I want. I can also link it to a specific page. So let's say I have a page about shipping. Later on, I'm going to click it there so that anyone who clicks this will show there. The logo could be smaller if I want to. I can change it. I can change the menu. I can choose different menus if I want. We're going to go through this in the next couple of days, so don't worry about this. Look at this here, this option. You can center the logo if you want, or let me see if there's a logo. Let me see if I have 8 logo I could use. Give me a second. Let me see if I can put in? I have a lot of downloads. So logo files for web. I'm just going to use a sample logo that I have. There we go. Let me see if this is going to work. Yeah, perfect. So you saw I'm selecting this image. Look how this was easy. And then I can increase the size, I think. Yeah, right here. So I can change the size if I want to. This is a little bit too big. Again, you remember when I told you guys I don't like putting the icon right on top. I like putting it on the left-hand side. This is the reason why. You see how it's being pushed a little bit. Again, that's just a preference. There's no right or wrong. I can move around a little bit the logo right here. And then I can say, you know what? I want it left aligned or centered. In this case right now, because it's on a mobile device, I have no choice. But let's say I'm on a desktop. I want it left aligned right here, centered right here. It's perfect. Again, very, very simple stuff. And you do this, you can change the colors. So today, what I need you to do is go inside your store, install the theme that you like, and start playing around to see what are the options that are available. And start seeing, oh, great, I could do this, I could do that. So what I would also recommend is just download images and start uploading them here just so that you have it. And you play around to see, okay, this is great. I now know how this works and how that works. What I also want you to do is inside your theme, you want to see its full capabilities. So what you would do is, let's say you go on the home page and you, on the left-hand side, what you do is you click on add section. When you add section, you see all of the features that may be available to you. So if I want to put, let's say, a newsletter, a map, testimonials, a video, I see all of that stuff. I can even put custom content. So what's great about these themes is you can play around to see if this is what you want or not. If not, then look for another theme. What happens also is when you start browsing a product, so let's say I'm going to click on a specific product. I don't think I have any products, but this is a category page. So inside the collections page, I can click on it. There are additional features that I can add. So let's say, for example, maybe you have different brands, different vendors. I can show the option for people to sort by vendor if I want to. I can enable tags. I can remove tags. Right now, you don't see a lot of these options because of the fact that the store is empty. But I want to show, let's say, 3 products per row. That's it. Do this. It's done. That's all it is. I want to show how many rows per page, maybe 4, so that they load faster. Right now, this might be too much. There you go. It's done. You know what? No, I want 2. I just want to show 4 products, 5, I don't know, 6 products. There you go. You have it. Very, very simple. You can show it through a list format as well. You name it. Again, spend the time right now to experience all the features that are available inside this theme, because in the coming days, we're going to start creating the menu. We're going to add pages. We're going to add some products. And then eventually you're going to have to spend some time on these things and optimize these pages so that they start looking great in your online store. And that's it. That's it for today. So the task is go inside unit 7, day 7, scroll all the way down here, go to the toolbox, visit the theme store, play around, and do this. So there's also a nice trick. So if you go to Google, for example, and you type in yoga accessories, and you write at the end Shopify, you might find a lot of stores that will show up that are built on Shopify. Like shophalfmoon.ca, for example. There you go. This is one theme they're using. If you scroll the way down, sometimes you see that it's made by Shopify. Perfect. There you go. This is made by Shopify. So that's a trick that you could use. If you're trying to sell a product and you want to get some inspiration from other Shopify stores, just type it in. And you can also do it where you type in myshopify.com. I think this works because myshopify.com right now is like this in my URL. Sometimes Google is fair. Yeah, it does work. So Mat Shop, yoga store. There you go. And I start seeing other websites that sell similar products. And there you have it. Any questions for me today? I hope this was easier than expected. And let me see if you guys have specific questions. I see a lot of interaction, so that's great. Simo saying Shopify is much easier. Yep, I know. You know what? This is why their stock in the stock market is going up. These guys have built an amazing platform. I did visit their offices in the early days when they were launching. It was in Ottawa, and I remember visiting them for the first time. They had about 13 enterprise level online stores, and that was in the early days. I remember, and it has truly improved over the years. These guys are really doing a great job. Liz says, I've had a lot of issues with my website. Would it be better to try Shopify? Of course. Honestly, and I did visit your website yesterday. It has a lot of glitches with the pop-up. It's still, even on desktop, I couldn't even close the MailChimp pop-up. Look, I don't like telling people change websites, but if you're not getting any sales, things are not rolling really well. I remember when I visited your website, Liz, it was slow to load. Slow websites not only will impact your performance overall in sales, but Google will not like you, and then they're not going to show you within the results on search engine queries that people, whenever people go on Google and they search for your product, the chances of you showing up even become worse because of the fact that your website is slow, it doesn't look good on mobile, and so on. Even pop-ups, when they show up on mobile, you get penalized. I don't want to go into a lot of SEO, search engine optimization initiatives, but these are things that you have to consider. And to me, Shopify does a really great job out of the box. As soon as you buy one, it's $30 a month to get started. You saw this was a free theme. Imagine if you buy something. That's what I'm saying. You get a lot of options with simply going the free route. You just have to spend the time to learn what I showed you today, and you should be good to go. So I think there's nothing wrong with testing it. So you're saying, I don't know why anybody told me about it before. Well, that's why the challenge we launched. Simo, you mentioned Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn is a great theme, by the way. I've used it in the past. There's nothing wrong with the Brooklyn theme. For those who don't know, I'm just going to go back to which one Simo's talking about. I've used Brooklyn in the past, but I'll tell you why I wasn't. It's a good theme. Don't get me wrong. If there's a second theme I would go with, that would be the one. Brooklyn is right here. Here's the reason why I did not like it. Yet you can solve it. So it's not like the end of the world. I personally don't like it when the logo and the menu is overlapping the background image. You can't control a lot of things in the images. Sometimes the background right here may be light colored, and then your menu is also in white. It affects the experience. But inside the theme, I know that you could push it down so that the header is on its own. So there is an opportunity. It's just, I feel that a lot of people, I don't like this layout. A lot of people have this theme. I just feel that, I know why also I don't like it. I don't like this. Not everyone has a lot of images this big, and a lot of people, yet we recommend to have multiple images. I like how, I don't like how everything is only on the right-hand side, and then you end up having a lot of white space here. Again, just preferential. I just feel that the other theme is a lot more flexible and comes with a lot more features. And I think Brooklyn was among the first themes they had available for free. So it eventually debuted, came out, and I think that one, personally, it's one of my favorite to get started with. Any other questions? I don't know why. Perfect. I don't see a lot of questions. That's it. So I hope you guys, saw how easy this is. It's not rocket science, as I promised earlier on. You just need to know where to click. That's how I feel about e-commerce. When you know where to click, that's when things become easier. You know what tools to use. And hence the reason why I don't believe in 7 days to launch an online store. Yeah, you could launch it. We launched it in 6 days. I could have shown you how to create an online store day 2. But you see that there's some work involved. It requires some planning. It requires some adding content is next week. But my goal within the first 7 days is to have an online store ready, because as of tomorrow, starting this weekend, we're going to start filling up the store. We're going to start customizing things within your online shop so that it looks beautiful and ready to launch in the future as well. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to end it right here. Let me just verify. Excellent. Seems well. Great. You guys know what to do. I hope you're going to enjoy looking for the right theme. And I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Friday night. Have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.